background distracting? So today I wanted to come on here because first of all I promised you guys on Instagram I would do this, and I thought that it would be most appropriate because Christmas, what is the date today? Today's December 22nd, so Christmas is 3 days away, and then New Year's after that is like 5 or 6 days away, so I thought that this would be the best time for me to get this video out. I wanted to quickly tell you guys 5 or 6 main tips that I have for you guys in order to stay on track during the holiday season. So let's get right into it. I don't want this video to be super long. All my videos are always super long, so I want to spend like maybe 1 or 2 minutes on each tip, and then we can quickly get out of here. Let's go. Quickly before I touch on like the food topic, because the food topic is going to be the main part of this video. So for training, there's like 3 simple things that I want you guys to do, if you can do it or not. If you are someone that goes to the gym regularly during the holidays, make sure you know the gym hours of your gym. So like I know that my gym closes on Christmas Eve and on Christmas at 2 o'clock, and then on New Year's Eve it closes on at 6. So just make sure that you know the timings of your gym, so when you are prepared to go, you know exactly what time you have to go on, and then based on that, plan your day around the gym. If you are someone that you struggle to get back on track once you kind of fall off like the train or whatever, yeah, I think that works. So make sure you plan out your day. So like I basically will always go to sleep knowing what time I will go to the gym tomorrow. That way you have no excuses. So if you have a party to go to, let's say Christmas Eve at like 6 or 5 o'clock p.m. like in the evening, go to the gym earlier than that. Go to the gym, wake up a little bit, a few hours early, and go earlier, just so you have that out of the way. And it's best to get the gym out of the way in the morning anyway, because then you don't have to stress about it and think about it the rest of the day. If you get it done with in the morning, then the whole day you have to yourself, and you don't have to worry about like, oh shoot, I can't really do this because I have to go to the gym. That way you won't ever miss it, and that way you have no excuses, because the biggest thing about missing the gym and like falling off track is building up excuses for yourself. And if you get past that, then you're good to go. You plan every day, get up and go early. And the last one that I would have, if you cannot go to the gym, let's say you have work, of course everybody works, or like you have other priorities. Let's say you cannot make it to the gym, do home exercises. You can literally find exercises on YouTube or like anything like that, and you can do those at home. If you have a skipping rope, and if you have a garage or somewhere that you can skip for 20 minutes. Do circuits. Do put on a timer for like 5 minutes and do a circuit in that 5 minutes, and then repeat it 2 more times. So you have options at home as well. Do all body weight exercises. These holiday season or whatever is only really gonna draw you back like a week or so. So if you can, during that week, like you're not gonna go through drastic changes. You're not automatically gonna gain back everything that you have lost or worked hard for. Just keep it at a minimum. Like just go for a walk, go for a jog. Anything that will get you active for maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day will be good enough for you guys. Eating is the main part of this. So in terms of eating, what I suggest, I have about, let me see, I have them written down. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 main tips that everyone can follow. Number 1, the main thing that I would suggest is drinking water. Most of the time, especially during the holiday season, you're either packing gifts, you're like going to people's houses, you're going to the mall, you're doing so many things at once that you forget to drink water, and most of the time our body is dehydrated. So when you feel hungry, it could just mean that you're thirsty rather than like actually hungry for food, that you more or less need water. So what I suggest is keeping a water bottle with you at all times, and make sure you stay hydrated, and then you'll start to notice slowly eventually that you're not really feeling hungry, you're more so thirsty. Drink water before every meal, and that should help suppress some appetite. Okay? Number 2 would be to be a food snob. Now, how many times have you guys went to a party, or like you have food laying around your house and you just eat it just because it's there? I know I do that all the time. If there's food in front of me, like if there's food, like let's say a chocolate that like I know I don't really like, but it's there in front of me, like I will eat it. So be a food snob. During the holidays, I suggest that you be a food snob. Pick the foods that you like to indulge in and go for those foods. Now, of course, there's no sense, especially during this time of year, there's no sense in you guys depriving yourself of food. Of course, if you want to, you can. These are all my opinions, but I don't feel like there's a point in depriving yourself, because you are going to be surrounded around people that are eating and indulging in food, so you want to do that as well, enjoy with them. So of course, go ahead and do that. Pick the foods that you like. Like, I freaking love Toblerone and like lasagna. Like, pick foods specifically that you know you will enjoy those calories and you won't really regret them, and indulge in those. And then also limit yourself to like 1 serving of each. Keep yourself always 80%. Like, I never eat to 100% fullness of my stomach. I always just stay to 80% where I'm satisfied. I could eat more, but like my craving is satisfied and I'm not really hungry. Make sure you indulge in the foods that you like. There is nothing worse than eating calories that wasn't worth it. There is nothing worse than eating calories that was not worth it. Is that English? I don't know. Whatever. Next, more free calories. Now, what do I mean by free calories? So I consider free calories as vegetables like broccoli, asparagus, like all of the vegetables that I eat. I never track my calories on those, just because number one, they're super healthy for you. Like, you know, it just fills up your stomach. I don't track those calories at all. Some people do, of course you can. I don't track them, and they fill you up. Like, you can eat as many vegetables as you want and it will not be bad for you. Does that make sense? Like, you know how we have fruit and fruit should be limited because of the sugar and all of that stuff, and you shouldn't have a lot of fruit and just like a lot of fruit juice. Vegetables, I feel like you can eat as much as you want and they fill you up they fill you up. Vegetables are very filling. So what I suggest is get an extra serving of vegetables with any plate that you're getting. That way you're still indulging in the food that you like, but also filling yourself with extra vegetables and like filling up your stomach, so you don't feel hungry and you don't want to gravitate towards getting a second plate of what you just indulged in. Next, cutting out the extra calories. If you guys have seen my last video, I have an entire video on how you can cut like 500 calories in just one sitting or one day by cutting out extra calories. So during the meals that you're going to be eating, of course there's going to be like added sauces that you can add, like gravy on top of fries or your chicken or whatever meat that you're having, or steak, gravy, whipped cream, butter, nuts, chocolate. Like, there's so many things that you can add to the food that you are eating, like cheese is a big one, and that you can stop yourself from getting a lot of, and then also save yourself a lot of calories. So you're still, once again, indulging in the food that you want without the extra additive calories. So I touch on this a lot in my previous video. I'll link it down below. And this also includes liquid calories, so things like juices, alcohol for sure. So just cutting out extra calories so you can indulge in the food that you actually want to eat will help you a lot in staying on track. So like things like the cheese, like if I was ever to get, I don't think I've ever told you guys, but when I get Subway, like, you know how they ask you for cheese, I never add the cheese because it's just extra calories. And if you guys really think about it, do you really taste the cheese? No. So I started doing that, and then my brothers followed along, because they're like, yeah, you don't even taste the cheese, but you still eat the calories. You know what I mean? So you can definitely get away with playing with what you're adding to your food and work your calories around there, so you're still indulging in the main course of what you actually want to eat, whatever that might be. But you're avoiding like things like nuts and gravy, you know, extra gravy and stuff like that will avoid adding too many calories on top of that. And last but not least, weekly calories. If you are someone that tracks your calories, which I suggest you should, get MyFitnessPal. I've mentioned it so many times. I suggest you guys get MyFitnessPal and still track everything that you're eating if you can, because it will help you. It will be kind of like a tracker. Like it will keep you on track, if that makes sense. You can always go into your FitnessPal and be like, oh shoot, like I have like 300 calories left for the day for the calorie limit that I need to have for the day. Should I eat this or should I eat that? You know what I mean? It helps you just keep a mental note of what you're doing instead of just like you have no idea how much you're eating. So you can definitely still go over what you're eating calorie wise, but as long as you keep a track of it, you'll know exactly where to go off, that you went off you know, the scale, and you'll know exactly like, is it really worth it for me to do that. You know what I mean? So definitely keep a calorie counter. FitnessPal is big, so download that. But yeah, so calculate your weekly calories. Now we know that we have daily calories that you track in your FitnessPal, or maybe you just track regularly, which like will be like, I don't know, 13 or 15, whatever it may be, whatever however many 100 calories you may need a day. You guys can take those calories, add it up for the week. So we know the holidays will probably take up a week or so of your time with all the family meetings and dinners and all of that. So calculate the calories that you need for the entire week and write that down. And what you can do now is minus what you're eating from that. So let's say one day you go 500 calories over what you're supposed to be eating daily. Then you know, okay, well, for the rest of the week, I have to somehow work around eating 500 calories less. So maybe tomorrow I'll eat 100 calories less. Day after tomorrow, maybe I'll eat 50 calories less. And then you can work around your whole week and making it so at the end of the week you still hit the calorie limit that you need, because we know that you're not gonna lose any gains or anything like that by just getting off your diet from one day. You know, we usually calculate it around a week. So now you know that if you have a weekly amount of calories that you need to eat, and let's say you have 2 or 3 days that you know that you may go over or whatever, you know, you can still calculate the rest of your week around those calories and you'll be able to still stay on track somewhat. You definitely, I would say around the holidays, don't worry too much. I mean, you're going to be consuming so much food, you know, it's good food. You're going to be around family, friends, you're going to want to indulge. So, but the whole point is just to keep in mind where you're at, so you don't like completely go off the record and like you're not, you know, you're able to know where you stand at. So when you're able to get back to the gym, you know exactly what you did, you know exactly what you need to change back and things like that, so you know that you don't have to start fresh again. Okay guys, so that's it. That's all I wanted to share for this video. After the holidays, I will have another video on how you can get back onto track, and it's very simple. You can get back onto track. So I just wanted to put this, I did want to put the 2 videos together, but I didn't want them to be too super long, so I'm gonna separate it into 2 parts. But I hope you guys enjoy and definitely try these tips out. And also just remember, it's the season of getting together with your family, so don't worry too much. You can definitely bounce back from it. It's very easy. And the last thing before I go, guys, if you didn't know, I do have my $10 30-day fat loss challenge out now. I'll leave the link down below. It's basically a 30-day fat loss challenge. It's all done from home. The only thing that you need is a skipping rope. I did do a previous video about this. I'm not sure, but you can check my Instagram out for before and after pictures. And yeah, we start January 4th, so that should help you guys get back into the swing of things as well. It's all done from home. And yeah, so I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. I am gonna record this hairstyle because I know I put it on Instagram and a lot of you guys wanted to see it, so I'm definitely gonna record this next, and it should be up within a day or 2. And enjoy the holidays, guys, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, whatever. Have fun, be safe, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.